Welcome to the Deucecast Extra, Yellowstone Season 3, Episode 10, season finale. I loved it. First of all, insane episode. Absolutely loved it. Not a moment too soon for me because sadly Sling is getting rid of the Paramount Network.
Oh man!
So next season I'm gonna have to figure out another way to watch it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see what happens. It'll be crazy. I've got my ways though. I will for sure make that happen. Welcome, first of all, Bunkhouse Earl, to the Deucecast Extra.
Coming from the bunkhouse, hanging out with the Barrel Rider girls.
Oh man, and they are trouble.
Woo!
They are trouble.
Now, did this episode start with them?
Yes.
Bands?
I don't know if it automatically started with that, but the girl had moved on to Walker.
Laramie is trouble.
Laramie is bad trouble.
I mean, they're Barrel Rider girls, man.
That's true. That's true.
You got to watch them. They walk in and they see right at the very beginning before they went to the opening credit, they were all putting salve on their hands, and I don't think what's the one who likes Jamie? Not Jamie. Oh gosh, what's his name? The radio guy.
Jesse, isn't it Jesse?
That doesn't sound right.
We're horrible. We're doing Jimmy. Yeah,
it's just Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy. His girlfriend is not happy that they did the Yellowstone branding.
No, she thinks that's too much. That they're trying to, like, she's like, what? But anyway, yeah, that's one episode of this. There's Roth's in the house.
I mean, Roth, we're just trying to break it down. This finale was insane. I mean, it was just this felt like they took it to the next level more than they have in previous seasons, and I didn't think that they could top what they had done in previous seasons.
Well, we felt they were going to head toward a cliffhanger, but I didn't think it was going to be this level.
Yeah, and I gotta say, and for the record, that I got it right about Garrett Randall. He is not a good dude.
No, you did. I thought he was going to be a good.
You thought he was going to be a good influence, and yeah, totally. I mean, almost the whole episode, Roth, my jaw was on the floor. I mean, totally. But one pivotal scene, sort of at the beginning of the episode, is Garrett and Jamie are together. And it's sort of like the end of episode 9, sort of rolled into episode 10. They're having a discussion about, his family roots. He wanted to know more about his past, and Garrett Randall lays out a really grim story, just a really sad story
about how he saved him from this mother who was on crack. And
yep, exactly. Now the problem with that is,
can we trust this guy?
We don't really know if that's true.
He bludgeoned his wife. So you're right. We're going to find out that this whole story is probably not even the story.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. And the other thing is, you immediately see that this guy, it has an angle, because he basically tells Jamie that he needs to figure out a way. Yeah. Who's your real dad? You need to sell these guys. You need to sell out the Duttons. Basically, is essentially what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's time to sell the Duttons out.
Yeah.
And he
does.
Oh man! From there, we kind of go to the next. Yeah, he's trying to. So the next scene is this big meeting that Jamie has called. He has gotten all parties involved.
Well, before we get there, though, remember. Rip comes in from being out all night with this whole situation with whatever those guys that were hired by Roark, and Beth goes, "What were y'all doing?"
Right.
He's like, "Beth, don't make me talk about this." He didn't want to tell her. or draw her into that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, this is a really good point by Roth that Randall almost said the opposite thing that Costner was saying. You know, he might have raised you, but I'm your daddy. I mean, it's like the reverse.
Costner said the opposite. Yeah,
that's a really good point. I like that.
He said, "I'll never be your daddy, but I'm the one who raised you." So that's
exactly.
But anyway, and then I think there's one little fast scene where you know, what was the guy's name that Wade? They cut his brand off.
Yeah, Wade.
And he's like, "Hey, do you want this thing?" John's like, "No, that's all right. I don't."
No, yeah. John's like, "No, you can keep that, Rip. You can
go bury that.
You can dispose of that." Although I think I said it last episode. I thought it would have been cool if he had presented him to that like in a box or whatever, like Wade's yellow the Y. I thought that would have been pretty interesting.
Yeah,
actually.
They just had a discussion. They didn't actually do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so I mean, really the big scene there at the beginning. Jamie has called this meeting with Rainwater and his lawyer, and then
did Jamie call it or did the governor call it? Wasn't?
I think Jamie called it. I think this is all the ruminations of Jamie. At
market equities. Roark
Rourke's there.
They don't know even who Roark is. They have a name. Oh, that's right. Don't forget that Ritt told Dutton a name. He said,
the name.
Roark.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, don't worry. They'll come. They can't stand. They'll flush themselves out or something." Something he said like that. Like they'll.
Oh yeah. No, he
they'll show themselves or something.
Well, because as Rip always has, and this is kind of like his character, which is fine. He always wants to take the fight to them, and basically. Yeah, Costner was actually pulling back a little bit and saying, "No, we're going to let this play out. They're gonna show themselves. They're gonna make a wrong step at some point.
That's right.
Let's not take the fight to them this time."
All right, the big meeting. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But that was a good point because I think that's an important distinction. I mean, Rip wanted to take it to him, and that's almost kind of foreshadowing of what kind of happens later in the episode,
and
where they take it. What I'm getting at. But I mean,
before we go to the big meeting, one thing I do want to mention because it's all coming back to me.
Yeah.
There's a moment where those cattle ranchers come in to talk to Casey, and they say, "Casey, we want you to run for governor."
Mm-hmm.
And Casey's just because you remember they really appreciated what he did for
them. That's right. That was big time. Yeah,
and he's got the jacket on now, and and he's like, "Dad, are you going to have a good day?" And of course, Costner in a great this delivery. He's like, "Son, that's not going to happen for me anymore," or something.
Yes.
I was like, "Jeez,
there's no more good days on this earth left for me. This is it."
I was like, man. But Casey's on the upswing. He's feeling confident. These guys are coming in saying, "Why don't you run for governor?" And he's like, "Well,
that's interesting because you know out of this meeting, we see that the governor is kind of with Jamie in all of this. Like she wants a resolution.
I think she's kind of stuck a little bit legally.
Maybe. I mean, as far as the legality of just letting John, keep this land.
Take us for Governor Casey would be crazy. He's right.
Well, I mean that John's not happy with the governor now. I mean, they have an intimate relationship, and he is scorned. He is a lover scorned now because she's basically siding with Jamie, who
I think he's tying her hands a little bit though.
Oh, sure, he is, but I mean,
he's like, well, look, and I think,
there's not much there. But now, if this governor angle is coming up with Casey for next season, because the main thing that those guys said was that she's about to term out. I mean, and she's not going to have the votes or whatever to go on next because they're going to vote for him. I mean, they're going to. I think that's an interesting angle that's going to play out and that could play out on into like the fifth season either.
Yeah, that could be an ongoing thing. That
could be certainly an ongoing thing. But out of this meeting, I mean, this is really the yeah, exactly. Yeah, Monica doesn't want him to, which would make for some good. Exactly. Monica doesn't want Casey to do anything, which is pretty pathetic. But anyways, so out of this meeting, I mean, this is the
big meeting. The big meeting.
Is the first time that John and Rourke are in the same room together.
Yeah,
so
he didn't know who the guy is. He's never.
No, he didn't know who the guy is. You know, and really Willa too on a smaller scale. I mean, she's kind of the puppet master. Rourke is sort of like Rourke and Willa are working very closely together, obviously for the whole market equities thing. But that moment,
he's a strong man for her.
You know, like Ross said, out of that moment, that I was really surprised that John did not punch Rourke in the face. I mean, because that was they got nose to nose. I mean, at the end of that meeting, basically because Rourke's like, we're going to take your land whether you like it or not, right? I mean, there's nothing that you can do. And basically Beth and John are like, oh, we're not done yet. But the cool thing about that is Rainwater was there as well. And he brought Angela
right in the middle.
Yeah, Rainwater shows up in the middle with Angela, and Angela's like, "Did you secure the
environmental
rights or something like that for the animals?" And so they've got an angle.
But before that, though, remember Beth, Willa gets a message.
Yes,
showing that she's in she's been accused of sexual harassment.
Yes.
By some female employee.
Yes.
And you know it's Beth, and she's like, I've got to step out.
Yeah. Beth's always got her hands into something there. I mean, she's got causing Will. So, I mean, one comment that happens after that meeting occurs is it doesn't obviously go well for market equities. They're about to be in a fight with the Dutton family and Rainwater now as well. So they've got not only the Duttons coming at them, they've got the Native American, the reservation angle coming at them. So, you know, John and Rourke have their nose to nose, you know, two alpha males going at each other type of thing. And Willa stops Rourke in the hallway at the end of the meeting, and she's like, we've got to stop playing like this is a land deal and play like this is Yemen. Yes. And I was like,
ruthless.
They're about to get ruthless. And I was like, oh, they're just going to like maybe do something small. It won't be that big of a deal. Dude, I mean... So before
you go to that scene,
we've got some other stuff.
Let's step back a minute because Jamie, his dad was looking at him like, okay, or his dad, John Dutton, I guess is John Dutton's looking at him and he's like, come on, Jamie, bail us out here. And Jamie just shuts him down like, no, we're gonna, you know, you could get $500 million for this deal. I'm not going to approve what you're saying or whatever. And I was like, whoa. And so I don't think Dutton was expecting Jamie to turn on him like that. And so that was a big shock. And,
that came out of nowhere to Dutton. I mean, he was kind of surprised by that. And I think that Jamie's even working closer with market equities too. I think he knows what's about to go down.
Well, he wants that money. He wants to get that $500 million. But I think the big thing is he wants to hurt. Well, I don't know. I can't really. I think Jamie. Do you think Jamie will be redeemed at some point in the next couple?
I don't think this is not a Ben Solo situation. This is, you know, he's gonna try and kill his dad because I think he's part of this whole thing.
Jacob, with that money.
With
$500 million.
So unlike the stories that are told in a galaxy far, far away, there is no redemption for somebody that commits patricide. I don't like it, and I don't think it should have happened.
Oh man!
And I don't think it's going to happen here. If he's trying to kill his dad, he doesn't deserve to be redeemed.
Wow.
You know, because his real daddy is not anywhere near as good a person And it's not like John Dutton's an angel, but his real dad is a scumbag. Will Patton's character, Garrett Randall, is a scumbag.
He's working an angle, and I think
he's working. He's working a big angle.
Jamie in and saying these things to him. Okay, let's talk before we get to the big blow up.
Yeah, we need to also talk about the Rainwater Angela conversation in the car.
Yes, because she is a hardcore, man.
She's hardcore, basically like wipe the white man out type situation. Rainwater wants to work with the Duttons, and she's like, no, you cannot.
You can play like you're doing that, but we're eventually going to take them out. And I was like, whoa, she's
so she'll and you could see Rainwater, because she played the heritage angle, right? I mean, she played the Native American angle with him, which he always felt like, he was doing what's right for his people. He always felt like he was doing what's right for his people. And Angela's calling him out on stuff, saying, no, I don't think you are doing right for your people. You need to take it to a next level. She's like, once we get done with this little stuff, we need to take this to the next level, basically. She's ruthless.
You're not his friend, are you? She asked him, right?
Right. Yeah. And I think Rainwater kind of respects John enough that there is at least a kind of a kinship there, respect between businessmen, not necessarily, hey, I'm going to go have a cigar with you type situation. But she's pretty intense. Jacob says she's very scary. Yes, I agree. She is very scary. I thought Beth was scary. Angela is like, she's next level scary.
Yeah, she's she's sort of like the reservation equivalent of Beth for sure. But yeah, just man. Intense.
So really, from that point on, the episode just gets really sad because we've got poor Jimmy. He's going out there to do the rodeo thing.
Wow, look what Jacob said.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, he thought Rainwater was going to get a bullet in the head. That's true. From her right in the car. Yeah, that's interesting. Who knows? She's capable. She's certainly capable. I mean, but with his guy driving, I mean, the warrior. I mean,
you have somebody visualizing. So.
She wouldn't go at him that way, but I mean, kind of the next thing we see is Jimmy and his girlfriend sort of talking. She wants him to rodeo. She wants him to rodeo. She wants him to get out of the whole Yellowstone situation. I mean, so unfortunately, we just got to say it. I think he's dead. He gets on the horse. We hear a crack neck again.
I think
he's dead. I certainly
think he's gone.
I think he's dead. Yeah, that was the end of his storyline. He died doing what he wanted to do. Yes, we need to talk about that too. We'll get to that, Roth. That's a good point.
Don't forget that.
No, I mean, and I know we're jumping around, and I don't know if we're going chronologically
because it's so much. There was so much this episode.
But Jimmy, I think Jimmy's dead, man. I mean, you can't survive that. You heard the neck crack. Yeah,
I don't. Did we? Because I don't remember that.
Oh no, you audibly hear his neck crack again, and he's motionless. I think he died doing what he loves, and that's the end of his storyline.
Oh,
I think he's gone. I think he's dead. There's no way.
I don't get the feeling that this is a Game of Thrones type show, but
well, he's a smaller character.
I mean, yeah, he is. He could be dead, but
I think, and that's how they end the whole barrel rider ladies part of the story.
Rip's like, get out of here.
Yeah, they're going to be done because I don't think he survived.
All right, we'll see.
But you can't have everybody survive all the time in a show like this. You can't have them all make it to the next season.
So what about this thing with Rip digging up his mom?
Oh man, do
you think this happens in real life that people say, "I want to get that ring"?
Yeah, Paul. I think so.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
one does not simply
work for the Duttons, Miss Paris lady not named Laramie. That's right. I can't remember her character's name. I can't. I'm sorry. But no, this maybe I don't know. This moment with Rip digging up his mom.
That was some great acting.
Good grief, Cole Hauser bringing it this season, just nonstop, episode after episode. Give him an Emmy. I need an Emmy for this work. He's.
I was like, what is going on? Like, what are they talking about?
Oh, I didn't know what was going on either. I thought he was digging up something for evidence for something, but it was mom to get the ring.
Yeah, he
wanted the ring for Beth. Oh,
I think that's very sweet and touching. And
I love that scene. That was so good.
I just wonder if this kind of stuff actually happens. People decide.
I think so.
I don't know if the person themselves would go. Maybe the mortician would go and say, "Okay, we opened it up and we got the ring out for you." I could see that being more the traditional.
Yeah, well, maybe
that might happen.
Look, dude, we're in Montana here. It's no holds barred in Montana.
I liked how he's like, "Well, you had so and so do the embalming. That's good," or something.
Yeah, exactly. The way he said he's like "mama," or how he said his mom. Oh, dude, he was so good in that scene. I love that.
It got me a little bit.
That was a great scene. And then, really, from that point on, it is just like crazy. So, I think the first thing that we see
is helping this girl, right? Is that the first thing? Helping that woman who broke down?
Right. So this woman breaks down to get him to stop and help with a tire and of course, she's all sweet and everything.
But by the way, I don't think she's part of this plot. Let's just say that.
Oh no! I think she is.
Oh, I don't. I think it was just a lady who just happened to break down.
Oh, I don't know, dude. This is
because they killed her. They killed her.
That's because we're in Yemen now. Where it's nonstop. It's all part of the machinations of Yemen now.
No, I think that was that's interesting. I guess I need to read more and study more.
Yeah, because basically it's just like they had to stop him at a point in the road that was secluded.
But why would this woman bring her kid along?
Hey,
I just don't buy that.
If there's enough money on the table, there's enough money on the table, these people will do anything. They'll
doing a good deed, and of course immediately I was like, oh man, something's bad. I don't want anything bad to happen here. I was
like that too. I was like nervous. When I saw him stop for her, I immediately thought she was in on it. I didn't think this was just some happenstance. I was like, they're in a secluded area. She needs help changing a tire. The throwing the son in there was a little weird, but I just don't think this is happening.
I think they were coming for him, but then when they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, he's there."
Maybe
because they kind of backed up and looked at him.
Yeah, so we show that, and then they cut to basically Beth moving out of the office, and she gets a package.
Oh, I was like, that's not good,
dude.
You think I mean, I know she will survive because I think all the main characters.
I think all the characters are going to survive, but except for Jimmy, I think Jimmy's dead. But that was separate from all this. But I think Jimmy's gone. But so we see that explosion. Then we cut to Casey, and he's
flipping a table up.
He flips his desk over,
and he's got his gun ready.
These guys are coming in with, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, see, Ross with me. He thought that the kid was going to shoot him or something. Those people were not just there on the side of the road for no reason. They were there to stop John Dutton. Dude, come on, man. You gotta get. Look, I can predict everything.
I still believe in the goodness of.
No, there's no goodness in Yellowstone. There's no goodness.
That was good. He said, "We just stop. I don't have to pay you."
Well, yeah.
That's how we do things, man.
This is how we do things in Montana. I don't know. I think that the little kid's dead also. Or
I think he's alive.
Or they showed him running or something, but I don't know. They might have killed the kid.
It's a wait and see.
It's a wait and see type thing, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. That was crazy. Like when she opened, she's like, "Wait, I don't know what's in that box," and then boom,
she's like, "Don't open that." Yeah,
because she knows Beth has instincts about that type of thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in the middle of a big exchange like that, and
dude, and think about it, going into last season, she's been through hell and back more than any character in this show. I mean,
she's gonna be so scarred up by the.
She's gonna be like, you won't even be able to recognize her by the end of the series. I mean, she got shot.
She's gonna look like the Toxic Avenger or something.
She got beat up, dude. So yeah,
okay. So here's my thought. I just haven't thought about Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna be paralyzed. How about that?
You think he'll be paralyzed?
I think he'll be wheelchair bound.
And then she'll leave him because
she'll leave him, but the Duttons will take care of him.
I guess. I mean, isn't
her name Eden? Is it, or maybe that's her real name?
I don't know.
I think that's the actress's name, actually, Eden Brolin.
I guess my whole thing is I just don't see what the point of keeping that character around after you show him falling off a horse yet again. You hear audibly his neck cracking yet again. Do we really keep a character alive that, if you think about it, it's poetic? He's doing the thing that he loves to do.
They kept Colby and Teeter around, so.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's right. I know we're all over the place, but that's right. Beth has been through hell since she was 14. So yeah, I mean, she has had a rough road, no doubt about that. But yeah, I mean, with Jimmy, I think that it's poetic in the sense that he was doing rodeo one last time, and then boom, he's dead. I think there's poetry to that, man. It's kind of nice, It is. You die doing what you love. That's the best that you can hope for, right?
I think he was more manipulated by that barrel girl.
I think he totally was. But
she was kind of like, "What are you, chicken?" Kind of. It was almost like "What are you going to do? Just be a Dutton man for the rest of your life? What do you want to do, Jimmy?" That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. That's my exact point. Why not make exactly?
Roth, be on my side, man. Come on.
Yeah, why would you not have him paralyzed? You just don't do. Somebody needs.
It's not smart even to get up on a horse. Even
if you're not gonna kill any of the Duttons, you at least got to kill Jimmy off. Something.
Why not kill like Colby and Teeter?
Oh, come on! I would
have preferred them to have. Well, anyway, that's a whole other story.
So yeah, we see the bomb go off. We see Casey. Now, Casey, did he get shot? Or do we just see them?
Well, we don't see him. All we know is he flips the table up.
Flips the table, gunshots.
They don't show you what happened afterwards.
And then John, the van, shows up, and he just gets bullet ridden. He gets bullet ridden, basically.
He's there, and Rip calls Jamie, and Jamie's like, "I don't think you should call here anymore."
That's why I think that he's involved with all of this.
No, Jamie's not involved. I think Jamie's going to have a change of heart when he hears about that everybody's been.
Jamie's gone, dude.
I have a good feeling about
this. This is not Ben Solo. This is Jamie's gone.
I'm telling you, Jamie is going to feel he still has affections for the Duttons. He's getting manipulated by his father, but I think when the chips are down, he's going to remember his Dutton.
I just don't. I don't know. I think
I believe in the good.
If they were going to
Taylor Sheridan does,
we'll see. I mean, if they were going to do anything, then maybe they'll show that at some point towards the end of season 4. But I think for most of season 4, he's going to be bad. I don't think that we're going to see.
I mean, you may be right. You may be right. I'm not saying it's going to change everything, but.
So, I mean, Kevin Costner, we know John Dutton's probably not dead. It was a good cliffhanger. Seeing him bullet ridden, but we know he's probably not dead.
He'll be back.
Beth, we hope that she'll be back, but man, it wasn't like she was the one that was opening the box. She could have had a chance to get behind the desk.
No, I think that's going to be the thing. I think that woman's going to be blown to smithereens.
Oh yeah, she is, of course, but I mean, Beth could have had a chance to possibly get behind
the heavy desk or whatever.
Maybe, but that was a big explosion. But yeah, Rip can't get anybody on the phone. He sees the vultures in the sky, and he's like, a lot of death in the valley today, or whatever he says. There's a lot of death here today. Because he stopped and had to shoot that horse, and he was
that whole scene. I even forgot about that.
Well, he was just the whole thing with that is he was basically saying, I
hate this.
I'd rather kill 1,000 men than have to put a horse down or whatever he says. That episode it was insane.
Jacob says Casey will be fine. I agree with that. I think Casey.
Yeah. I think
he's got enough military training that he duck and rolled.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to have we're probably going to have that type of situation, a Force Awakens type of situation where it picks up right
I
on.
think it's going to pick up exactly.
Yeah, it'll pick up right away.
Instead of who shot JR, this is going to be who blew up the Dutton family.
Who shot up the Dutton family? Well, we kind of know that it was at least a gun for hire type situation.
Well, we know it's market equities. I mean, there's no.
Ooh, what if the twist is it's Angela trying to take out the Duttons?
Ooh,
that'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Nah,
it's probably not. No, I mean, they wouldn't say the Yemen line if it wasn't market equities.
Nah.
I mean, they're essentially taking it to the next level.
It's Roark.
It's Willa. It's Willa, Rourke. I mean, they're taking them all out. I mean, they're taking it to the next level.
I saw something online that said it's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. There's no way you could coordinate a hit like that, and you would not do that because the FBI would immediately be there investigating. They would trace it back to the
television show. Of course, it's ridiculous, but I mean, you know.
But it would be a big deal if there was that big of a family hit.
Yeah, I mean, it in real life, the odds of that happening are slim. But this is just some stupid TV show. I mean, of course, it's unrealistic, and of course the FBI. Yeah, I mean, let's see what's Ross got here. What if Jamie had that person take out John and market equities took out the others? Yeah. I mean, it could be a split thing. Yeah, I mean that very well.
Jamie's not that big of a snake, I don't think.
You love some Jamie, man. You're in Jamie's side.
I want Jamie to find his peace.
Well, it's going to be. It ain't going to
be in death.
It ain't going to be in season 4. I can tell you that much. I mean, if it's anything, because I think that they're going to have Jamie and Randall kind of work together and be.
Here's what I think. I think Jamie's going to realize at some point he's going to find some other family members of his mother who are going to say, "Oh, his dad did kill the king."
Come on. Jamie's just doing what his dad wants him to do. It's happening.
You know the way you beat an empire, son?
Kill the king. Kill the king.
Will Patton, dude, the way he said that.
I love Will Patton.
Dude, I loved him in that whatever that TV show was with aliens, and you probably didn't watch it, but what was the name of that show? Anyway,
you're not talking about Alien Nation, are you?
No. This was a recent one with the.
Oh, it was recent.
Noah Wiley was his. Anyway, it's.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, I just like Will Patton.
Falling Skies or something. Falling Skies.
Oh, Falling Skies. Yeah, I think that was one. I think
that was a pretty good show. Anyway, no. Here's what I think is going to happen. He's going to find out that Randall's lying to him at some point. Now he may do a lot of damage before that. Yeah. And then he's going to ultimately. Now this isn't going to happen this season. Maybe by the end of the season, he's going to realize that this bad guy is manipulating him, and he's going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And but Rip may have killed him by then. I don't
know. Yeah. No, I think it was a fantastic season finale. It was a perfect cliffhanger. We don't know which. We don't know which Duttons have survived, which is kind of like the way you want a really good cliffhanger to happen. Taylor Sheridan, he has produced a great show. He wrote a lot of those screenplays. I'm definitely looking forward. I think that I read that they were going to try and film season 4 and 5 back to back. So
that'll be it, right? 2 more seasons.
No, they didn't. They never said that. They said, I think Sheridan in an interview said that he has an idea for several more seasons, but that he didn't want the show to go on for that much longer.
Well, and Costner probably is not going to hang around forever either. So.
I mean, why not? What's he got at this point in his career? He's just, you got to make a paycheck.
He lives around there, doesn't he? Doesn't he live in Montana or Wyoming?
Probably, yeah.
Well, get to wake up and just drive down to the set.
Yeah, just drive down to the set.
Don't have to go to California.
Exactly. They don't. None of them want to go to California. So, I think that's going to wrap us up for season 3 of Yellowstone.
35 minutes of discussion.
And
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, man. I'm still.
Oh gosh, yes. That was. Yeah, we just recorded the Deucecast, and that was rough. We had a good Chadwick Boseman section that it was rough to.
Anyway, we won't go into all that, but thanks for everybody watching.
Yeah, thanks for everybody that supported us too. This is after 10 years. We decided, hey, maybe let's try YouTube. I don't know why we waited 10 years on the Deucecast to try YouTube. It's going okay. Of course, with YouTube. The only way that you can really get seen on YouTube is if you guys subscribe, if you guys like each video. It's a huge help. It helps get seen a little bit more as far as the YouTube algorithm is concerned. Comments, and then share the episode. We're gonna keep doing this. I think Earl and I decided that we're gonna do Mandalorian, and we'll try and start that next week, I guess. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Why not?
So we'll probably start doing Mando season 1 because Mando season 2 is supposed to start in October, although we don't have a actual release date yet. Everybody in the industry seems to think that this thing is starting in October at some point. So we'll have some fun. Well, I've watched The Mandalorian several times. It's a really easy watch. Not every episode's that long.
It's only like 35 minutes. Most of
them are short. We'll take it episode by episode. There's tons of people doing it, but I mean, we'll have fun with it. We'll just talk about each episode, and it'll be fun. We'll have a good time with it. And so, again, I just appreciate anybody that's watching this.
I've only seen it once, Michael.
Oh, good. This will be good for you then. Yeah.
No, I need to watch it before the next.
You'll like it. It holds up really well. It's one of those shows that you can watch over and over and over again, and it holds up really well. I've rewatched it 3 times.
Oh wow.
And I love it. It's a great show. So I have no problem doing it again.
By the way, Jacob says Kevin Costner does not live in Wyoming. He says he would have seen him.
Yes, Wyoming is not that big. So you're right. You would have
maybe hiding out in the Black Hills of South Dakota. We don't know.
That's right. Who knows? Exactly. So obviously check out the podcast as well. If somehow you are seeing this and you are not familiar with the podcast, check us out on retrozap.com. We are one of the podcasts on that channel. There's a ton of podcasts on there. So please go to retrozap.com. Check that out. We have a website as well, thedeucecast.com. And we are excited about doing Mandalorian, and we will see you guys next week with season 1.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been fun.
Have a good one, guys.